review the whole process of lethal injection. Do you think that's appropriate?
Well, I will be reviewing this particular case and the circumstances surrounding it, certainly. I've asked for recommendations from our Department of Corrections and our director, and so we will look at this case. That does not mean that there will be a review of the larger issue of lethal injections. I think that's been settled. But obviously yesterday demonstrated that we have a problem with this particular set of circumstances, and I will be reviewing that and making a decision in a timely manner.
Governor, Rommel Broom's attorney says that regardless of the legal issues of the case, it would be close to courting disaster to let him walk back in a week later with his veins still injured from this attempt. And she's hoping that at least there'd be a further delay just simply based on that. How do you feel about that?
Well, we certainly will look at every legitimate concern that's brought to me. So that's how I would answer that.
Does this not open?
I'm sorry?
Does this case not open a larger question of cruel and unusual punishment, which has been, asserted before regarding the procedure?
Sure. I mean, I don't know what any person or any group may choose to do, so it's difficult for me to answer that. I do believe the courts have reached a final determination regarding lethal injection and its constitutionality. This is a very unusual set of circumstances that we're facing in this. I don't know if it's unprecedented, but I know of no other particular case that has presented this particular problem.
Why did you stop the execution?
What was happening down at the casino yesterday?
Well, I always stay in my office when there is an execution. As you know, the president was in Youngstown yesterday, and I was in my office as a result of what I believe to be my responsibility to be totally engaged and available throughout the process. So we are in constant communication with what's happening at the institution, talking with the warden, and getting constant updates.
Why did you stop the execution?
Well, because an attempt had been ongoing for a lengthy period of time, unsuccessfully, and I felt that to proceed under the circumstances would have been unwise, unwarranted, and so that's why I called a halt to it.
Governor, how worried are you about the slots fees, and have the tracks informed the state that they haven't paid? Are they saying we're not going to pay until these court issues are resolved? What's going on?
No, there are a variety of issues that involved here, but we are in, I can assure you, frequent, nearly constant communication with the track owners, and I feel rather good about the fact that at this point there is good faith efforts to comply and to meet their obligations regarding the licensure fee. There are some understandable issues that are in the process of being resolved, but at this point I am not concerned or worried that there will not be compliance.
Have they said they're not going to pay until after the court cases are done?
No track or track owner has made such a statement that I'm aware of.
Are you consulting medical professionals in the Rommel Broom case to see if the veins can heal that fast, and if the veins can ever hold the amount of fluid that would be needed to execute him?
I don't want to say what I'm doing, but this case will be thoroughly reviewed in a timely manner, and after which I will make a decision and will announce that decision.
Do you think it's still appropriate to have EMTs administering the procedure?
Well, that's really not my decision. The courts have made legal determinations regarding these processes or procedures, and the EMTs, my understanding is, are adequately trained, and that this was not the case of any kind of failure to adequately perform as an EMT. My understanding is that the problem is associated with the physical condition of the inmate, not the inability of the EMTs to perform as they were required to perform.
Governor, is it your feeling that Third Frontier should not only be reauthorized but expanded in total net funding?
I am a huge supporter of the Third Frontier. I have said that I am very hopeful that it will be reauthorized in the spring, and that I would like to see it as robust a program as possible. Absolutely.
How quickly does the state need those installment payments, and will you find those companies that you have to pay?
We're working with the companies. The need for us to have that cash immediately is not an issue. And we are working with these companies, and will continue to work with these companies in a reasonable way, and will consider all the circumstances that they are facing as we make decisions going forward regarding any fines for late compliance.
Do you see this as a bad sign for the success of the plan?
I do not.
Governor, if the courts come in and stop this VLT plan, will the state refund that money to these companies or the tracks?
Well, it is my feeling that we ought to treat these tracks and their owners fairly and in a fair and just manner, and so I would certainly not take advantage of them as they work with us in good faith. I will certainly work with them in good faith as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all very, very much.
Thanks, Governor.